that you narrowed down some job opportunities, it's time to see if you'll actually enjoy these roles. And the only way to do this is to learn from the professionals directly. So there's different methods to do this. There's indirectly, which you can go on YouTube. You can literally open up the youtube.com window and type in that job role that you're interested in. And typically the search results will show you what's a day in the life look like. So I would recommend looking at day in the lives, or there's informational interviews. There's oftentimes a shadowing opportunity when it comes to these YouTube videos, or looking into internships in that role since you'll be doing entry level. You kind of get the drift. Essentially, I want you to find clues on what it's going to feel like when you're working in that role and in that specific industry. Another way is to do an informational interview with a real professional instead of doing the indirect way off of YouTube. So what I mean by informational interview is you sit down and it's kind of like a virtual coffee chat or in-person coffee chat. But oftentimes I recommend virtual since it's much more efficient for the person that's doing you a favor doing the informational interview. And you ask them a series of questions like, what does your daily job responsibilities look like? What is the best thing about your job? What don't you like about your job? What skill sets did you have to really develop in order to get there? Any advice they might have for you? I'll list all the questions down below that you can possibly ask them and make sure you tailor it. And some advice on how to land an informational interview will be fully detailed down below. But overall, I would recommend that you first start off with your network. Ask your parents, ask your cousin, your extended family members, your friends and family, post on social media and ask if someone is within that field and ask if you can do an informational interview. Start small, maybe 15 minutes. And if they enjoy the conversation, oftentimes it goes longer. And additionally, it always starts off with kind of like a tit for tat. You do something for them and they do something for you, which is an informational interview. So if you see there's something that you can do a favor for in order to get an informational interview, I would recommend to do so. And I know a lot of students shy away from this option to reach out to the network, but you'd be surprised how many people want to help you because you're just starting off in your career journey. And who doesn't like to be able to help out someone that is just starting off? They've been in your shoes in the past, so they'll be glad to help you. And oftentimes people don't know that you want this help unless you let them know. So just reach out to your network, see what happens. The worst that can happen is they say maybe in a week or two. I think these two options of YouTube or going on Reddit, finding more information online is helpful. Alternatively, reaching out to your network, which is preferred to do an informational chat, would be my recommendation. Once you start doing those conversations, try to visualize yourself in that role, see if you'll enjoy it, and then see what majors would be correlative to it as well. And then that will help you guide your decision on what colleges to choose.